Yeah, I got all these amps hooked up all at the same time. I've been recording leads. I've got these. All these gain structures set up. But nonetheless, happy Tuesday. I've got some cool things going on right now, guys. The good news is new records coming along. I got a reach out from a publishing company. I worked with them a little bit before, and yeah, they're going to help me with this. This is cool. That means I've got something on here that somebody likes. And it says slow connection, so if this kicks in and out, I'm really sorry. I'm going to try to do this. I wrote this new song, and intentionally I was writing it for my wife, Susie. And I was thinking about us, but you know, sometimes when you're writing songs, they just come to you at different times. This one's been on the works for a little while. And I don't know, let me see. That drum beat ought to work. I've got it going through the bass amp. I've got my guitar coming through here. The loopers aren't working together, so I'm just going to do it live. See how it turns out. The tree started swaying. The sky was all blue. The doors started closing and I found you. Two real stickers on a one-way ride, going fast we could, trying to fly. Pedal down, passing the sound, reaching for the sky. You and me, we go together like peas in a pot, birds of a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. North, south, left or right, it's all about the same. You did, she did, could have, should have, all sounds too late. A resting heart's like a pretty reflection of the sky. I look at you, my blood runs warm till the day I die. Two little stickers on a one-way ride, going fast we could, trying to fly. Pedal down, passing the sound, reaching for the sky. You and me, we go together like peas in a pot, birds of a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. Loopers aren't working, so solo would be here. How you guys doing? Having to read part of this was part of the process. Two little sailors on a one-way ride, going fast we could, trying to fly. Pedal down, passing the sound, reaching for the sky. You and me, we go together like peas in a pot, birds of a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. Always changing, ever gonna eventually, never done. Keep it real, feel the spirit, always on the run. Make it new, protect the old, reaching for the sun. Laugh like kids, let love show, having fun. Two little sailors on a one-way ride, going fast we could, trying to fly. Pedal down, passing the sound, reaching for the sky. You and me, we go together like peas in a pot, birds of a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. Peas in a pot, birds in a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. Peas in a pot, birds of a feather. Take it till the end. We got this, my friend. And that's what I got. What do you think, guys? It's coming together, right? Yeah, let me see. And that's what I got. The new song. There it has a solo. Boy, all these things are on. They get a little noisy. Guys, I'd just like to say, hey, good morning, Joe Cooper. Eventually, we're going to do some gigs up in your neck of the woods together. And maybe down here, too. That'd be really cool. You know, Colt Ball and the Get Down, we're playing. Let me see. We got the trio going on at Fremont Park, the horse track over in, that's like East St. Louis area, over across the bridge. Really cool area. Got the trio, Colt Ball and Alex and myself. And then Saturday, the full band, Colt Ball and the Get Down will be at the Uptowner in Charleston, Illinois. Yeah, I think that's Justin Denton's alma mater. I don't know. He was saying he went to school there. Pretty cool. Let me get my coffee here. You know, guys, I'm really excited. A lot of my old friends have been reaching out lately. You know, guys I've played with for years. I've been doing this thing since since I was born. You know, both of my grandparents played. I've had people in the family. Hell, my mom was a great sax player. You know, I've got all this, like the history of, hey, Matt McElrath. Good job on Friday, by the way, at the Atomic, Matt. Killed it. Best sax player in St. Louis, I'm telling you. My opinion. I'm just saying. Nice guy, too. Joey, how you doing, buddy? Nonetheless, you know, a lot of my older friends are reaching out to me. Older. We're all old. We all get old when we die, right? Nonetheless, they're old. All my old friends are old. People that I used to play with, you know, and a lot of my friends that I grew up with playing, they're all still playing. You know, I'm a lucky guy. all across actually all the way around the world, you know. I've got friends living all over the world that play music. So therefore, we're kind of connected through music always, because we follow each other. We, you know, if I'm in the area, I'll reach out. We'll do that thing. But what's fun is we're starting to work together on side projects. All of us have successful careers as far as what we do, you know, our family life, you know, I mean, some of my friends have been married 6 or 7 times. That's, hey, success if that's what you want to do, but not my way. Nonetheless, you know, third time's a charm. Thank you, Susie. Love you. Till the day I die, like that. The line in that song, it says, a rested heart's like a mirrored lake, a reflection of the sky. I look at you, my blood runs warm till the day I die. You know, that was one of those lines that, you know, it comes to you and you're like, man, that's about my wife. Nonetheless, the story got off track. A lot of my old friends are coming together, and we're starting to like work on each other's projects again. You know, I've always did that. I mean, I've always got 10 or 12 things going on at once, but it's really cool that we can all coexist with our solo projects. We all have band projects, and we can all still go kayaking on the usually weekdays, because we all play on the weekends. But it's really cool to reconnect with some of these souls, you know, because there's a reason why we were together in the first place. It's because we had like-minded ideas. We played music together. We did things. We answered the call. You know, like in my case, we need a bass player. Well, I've kind of always been picky and choosy about who I play with. You know, only because I like the conscious thing. You know, I really, intent means a lot to me. You know, when you go out and intentfully want to start a riot, well, you're probably not doing good music in my mind. You know, the fact that sometimes it's not up to you sometimes. I understand that. But, you know, picking and choosing what you do in life, it's your choice. You can do that. You can say no. You know, sometimes, in my case, you know, sometimes I've said no to things I should have said yes to. But if it was the right thing, so it usually comes back around. You know, you may be 50 years old when it comes back around, but, you know, it will come back around. So the way it happens, if it's supposed to be. Nonetheless, this new record, some of these new things, you know, since the self-titled Ken Keller record with Grandma's Ring, and, you know, some of those songs help to get me in a different place. And I think it's just, you know, you develop as a writer as you go. And I think for myself, I start putting myself into first person, second person, third person in my writing, you know, and that puts you in a different place with other people. Some people connect to you listening to your song, and they're really sure they know what it's about. You know, deep down, you're like, well, actually, I was at this Buc-ee's, and they were out of brisket sandwiches, and I'm like, oh my God, my world's coming to an end. I just drove 110 miles out of the way to get a Buc-ee's brisket sandwich, and they're out, you know. And that's, you know, I may have wrote a song that's what started it. You know, other people are like, oh my God, I know what you mean. Oh my God. And it's like, do you really? I don't know if you do, but you let it be. That's what songs are about. You know, it's like the energy that's put forth, you know, like this song, You and Me. That's really, I wrote that for my wife, you know, but in reality, sometimes if you give it a little breath and you step back and you listen to it as a listener, you realize, well, that may apply to somebody else in a different way. Well, let it be. You know, that's kind of the way songs are supposed to be. And that's the cool thing about reaching out to your old friends. You know, they perceive that song differently. I'll send a scratch track to my buddy, and all of a sudden he's got, you know, a whole different opinion about what this song's about, and therefore his intent going into it drives a different energy out of the song. And, you know, so be it. That may be, you know, me thinking that I'm in connection with the universe thing, but you know, the reality is we all are. We're all connected. It's all about that. And what does that say? Brisket is fire. You bet. Joey, you know. This is this deal. You go way out of the way for this thing. I think it was the Cookville, is that it? Cookville? Somewhere in Tennessee, they would put a Buc-ee's in and yeah, there's no brisket. So, you know, you double up on the banana pudding. Anyways, I just want to tell you guys, I really appreciate everything that's going on in life. The fact that there's a few people that actually, you know, take some of my music and use it in other places, that's a gift. I don't even know how that happened. You know, I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And the fact that I get to do it for you guys, that's the way I do my art. You know, my medium is this air right here, you know, and our frequencies are connected, you know, through the light that you're watching right now. The fact that that light is a reflection of what I'm doing right this second. You know, don't tell me you don't feel the connection whenever, you know, a friend reaches out to you. I mean, it's a connection through words, through frequencies, through, you know, just, we're one, guys. Love y'all. Have a great day. I'm sorry I've been babbling. I've been working on this song. And again, you know, I wrote it for my wife, but in reality, it could be about anything. You know, at the time, I just watched, I went down the rabbit hole in all the Tom Cruise movies, which is weird. You know, I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. I never have been. But he's got some really bizarre out there, like, oh my God, I'm an android type of, you know, clone type of movies where it's that mental thing, like dream worlds and stuff. Nonetheless, when I wrote the chorus, it says, two thrill seekers on a one-way ride going fast as we could, trying to fly, pedal down, passing the sound, reaching for the sky. You know, that line right there was actually because of Top Gun. Anyways, and that's how we write songs, I guess. You know, I don't know. I'm not good at it. A lot of my friends are down at the Frank Brown. This is one of the few years I've missed it. You know, I kind of feel left out when I'm not down there with them. But then I have all this stuff going on up here. They've got their worlds. We've got our worlds. And that's why you reach out to them and have them play solos on your record and stuff. Yeah, Kyle, I'm about to call you and say, hey, bro, I need you to lay down a solo on this deal. Y'all know who Kyle Wilson is. He's a badass mofo and one of my good friends. He's going to play some, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to play some solos on a few of these songs. I'll show up in his driveway. Lacey will go, hey, Kyle, someone's parked in the driveway. It looks like Ken. He can't live there again. Love you guys. Have a great day. Hey, Kenny Blazek. Hey, I'm about to hang out with him. We're going for a hike somewhere, Kenny, on Thanksgiving. I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be a Thanksgiving at Table Rock this year. Christmas is going to be with my dad. So we're going to do Thanksgiving with Susie's mom and dad, Eunice and Joe. Eunice, we're bringing the dog. See you guys. Love y'all. Have fun.